Welcome to Q Aquatics and Exotics. My name's Susie, and tonight we have a very special Sunday night stream, and I'm so excited. How is everybody tonight? Bob is first. First and best, I think is what he says, right? And Lefty came in second. Just kidding, guys, just kidding. I was just on Skipper's stream. What a great stream. What a great guest, huh? Like, so great. Oh my gosh. But I am going to do a little test with the audio video to see if everything's working. Let me know.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q. Nah, hey everybody, it's Susie Q, so come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.
Awesome. You're going to have to let me know how the audio and video is because I changed things up a bit. I'm not sure if you can actually tell, but there's a different view on the camera. Normally, this is how I sit. And I talk into the camera up here with this tank behind me. But since I actually cleaned that area, I thought, let me see. And I got my iPad here for, I could read the chat. And the camera up here, that way I'm a little bit farther back. I like it. So over here is Trimac. This is my angel tank. I set up some more tanks. Of course, I can't wait to give an update. Oh, just call me Eduardo. You got it. You got it. New local Austin. You're so sweet. So sweet. Sandy, what's going on, man? Master Aquatics. Patty, hello. Just chilling. Yes, I'm chilling too. Corson Lee Sleeper. Oh, we can tell. Uh-oh. Hi, Alice B. How are you? So this is pretty exciting. Today, I wanted to talk about axolotls. You can ask a lot of questions if you want. I got so many axolotl things, it's not even funny. Axolotl. I love you a lot. Look at that. I love you a lot. Oh my gosh. Geek Boy, howdy. Scott's Aquatics. Dennis Christensen. Hello, hello. Can't say the H. Hello, hello. My frogs, I don't know if you can hear, are being very loud. I think it's the tree frogs. And, they might be a little, doing some stuff. Kind of like my axolotls did. Can't wait to tell you about them. Teresa Cookie, did somebody say axolotls? I love my lottles and I love my lottle cup. Look at that. Axolotl questions. I love you a lottle. Might even make a t-shirt because I do love it. At Aquashella, there's a table there that had some axolotl shirts. Well, they had a whole lot of clothing, but I got axolotl socks and axolotl shirts. So yes, aqua balls. How is everybody? Look at everybody in the chat. This is great. And I hope this is okay. Can you hear me okay? Because my microphone is way over there. Oh, look at my starry night cichlid staring at me. What you looking at? I did take some footage earlier of the tank because I really want to share this. I'm so excited. I only have a few babies left, 3 babies, and from the third spawn. And I was really cleaning up, pulling out as many big tanks, bringing them in here, tearing down smaller tanks, because I'm going with less tanks, more water volume. So larger tanks, less tanks. So I'm cleaning up a lot, and it's perfect opportunity for me to, like, a couple times a year I do a thorough cleaning of the axolotl tank. And when I do the thorough cleaning, I leave the filter alone because I do the filter every month. But I do a thorough cleaning, so I moved all 5 adults, not related, fully grown. Let me get the axolotl police off my back before we get started because they're crazier than the betta police, let me tell you. So these axolotls are not related. They're like 3, 4 years old. They've already spawned several times. I have 3 girls, and my daughter has 2 boys. And when I do the cleaning, I usually move them over to a tub to clean out all of them so I can just knock it all out real quick. So that's what I did. And then before putting them back, I decided, Dee Dee, hello. Tank Life. Yes, Tank Life. I've got their shirt that says axolotl, and I got their socks. I can wear roller skating with my axolotl socks. It's so adorable. Love it. Q, I'll need a +1 if I win a trip to Peru. I'm in. Don't even say, I'm not even care if I'm busy. I'm in. I am in like Flynn. I'd be your +1 any day of the week. So Jess, I sent you a message. I don't know if you got it yet because I know you're super busy when you got back from Aquashella, but it's a lot easier to ship eggs than it is to ship axolotl babies. So I was doing some research, but I wanted to talk about axolotls tonight because I have a lot of friends setting up tanks either for new fish or axolotls, and it seems like, and I could be wrong, because a lot of us fish keepers keep axolotls, but there's a lot of people who have axolotls that don't keep fish, and they don't really understand the reason for the beneficial bacteria or the nitrogen cycle, and it's so imperative that you understand the nitrogen cycle, not just to get your tank ready, but when you're doing your cleanings. A lot of people like to take out their axolotl, put her in a beautiful tub while they scrub down everything and put her back. Well, you've just reset your whole cycle. So I want to make people to understand that. I personally have a sponge filter in my tank, tons of decor. We'll go over all the needs of an axolotl, and hang on the back filter as well. I wish I had a canister filter, but I don't. And I don't clean a sponge filter the same time frame I do the hang on the back. That's every other 2 weeks. So it seems to be like every month I do the sponge filter, every month I do the hang on the back. I think I got that right. Oh my gosh, wait, whoa, we got some color going on. We got a $4.99 super chat. Hiya, Bob. Kaler's Aquatics, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I love axolotls. I wish we can keep them here. Oh, aquaballs. I got to be careful of that too. Bob Kaler, thank you very much. A $4.99 super sticker with what looks like a hippie saying hiya, hiya. Oh, you nobody will forget about you, Patrick. Nope. The Tank Life store. Yeah, the Tank Life stores. I think I have an axolotl plushie. No, I got that at Bucks County Aquarium Society. Oh, Maria Z. Maria Z is lurking. Awesome. So the nitrogen cycle is the same for the fish keeping, but a lot of people who are interested in my eggs or interested in baby lottles don't understand that it's not just about getting your tank ready for the axolotl. It also has a lot to do with maintenance. So I try to tell them that you have 2 colonies of other pets in there that you got to feed and keep growing into colonies. You have to feed these 2 different beneficial bacterias, and you don't have to see them. You're not going to see them. You don't have to do anything special. Just make sure they're cultivated and don't lose any of their food. And their food is the ammonia. These guys eat the ammonia. These guys eat the nitrite. So it's really important that you keep them going. If you take the axolotls out and scrub down everything, your beneficial bacteria will have nothing to eat, and therefore we'll have to reset and start the cycle all over again. You don't want that. You don't want that. And the beneficial bacteria is where they grow is on surface area. So I know somebody asked me, I got some dirty water from a friend. Can I use that? Well, you could, but why would you? Because it's dirty water. But the beneficial bacteria is so minute in the water column as opposed to on the gravel, where you're not going to have the gravel in the axolotl tanks, or on the substrate, on the walls, on the floor, on the decor, on the plants, whether they're plastic or real, in the filter, in the sponge, on the hose, anything that has a surface. And the more spongy that surface is, the more surface area there is. So, and it's a lot, well, for this is for the women, it's a lot like breastfeeding. They're only going to eat as much as you feed. So, like if you stop feeding the beneficial bacteria, meaning you've taken out your source of ammonia to do the cleaning, they're going to die down. So, it's very, very important. Ivy. What? Work is done in Bob's room for now. Awesome. So, that's just to get that out of the way. I did want to go over some of the care because there's a lot of people interested. And what I can tell from these eggs, do you guys want to see the eggs? First, I'll show you a little clip of the babies and then the eggs. And it looks like fungus, mold, gross. And, you know, it just looks like, look closely. This is, to me, very exciting. Can you see that? Oh, yeah, that's one of the babies from the last time. That is the runt that I didn't think was going to make it, that I had to really feed the baby brine shrimp, black worms, a long time. Oh, that's the mama. Look at the mama peeking out between those eggs. Do you see those little teeny white jelly beans inside the jelly gooey sack? There she is. There's a mama. And see how all those eggs, they are stuck. There's the papa. Very proud papa. So we got both leucistic and wild in here. You see, it's on the filter, it's on the sponge, it's on the tree. The eggs are everywhere. They are stuck to everywhere, and they're very durable. Look at how cute. Pretty soon, those little jelly beans. So like day 1 to 4, they're like this. This is what they look like. They were just laid. Day 8, they start to like. Those little jelly beans are going to start wiggling a little bit and getting a little bit bigger, and you'll be able to see the wild ones from the leucistic or albino. Not sure because I have an albino in here too. Then around day 8 to 11, you can start seeing the larva. That's starting to look like a little baby axolotl. And then from 11 to 14, 15, depending on the temperature, that's when you could tell they're just axolotls inside this clear sac. And the good news is the yolk sac has enough food for them for about, look at this. It's all gooey, and they're very hard to come out of there, and they're very easy to ship like this. They stay protected. As long as they're cool, they got to stay in the 60s. They're good. Good. Look at, they're everywhere. And I have removed the parents since this. You know, I just wanted to make sure you knew that I have removed the parents. But how cool is that? And a baby axolotl, once it starts eating its egg yolk and it comes out of its, hey Skipper, out of its shell, so to speak. I'll get back to the chat in un momento. They're called neonates. They're not called fry because they are axolotls. They're amphibians. So, and they can be about a ½ inch long. They are so adorable. And as they start coming up, I leave them be for a while. I let them eat their egg yolk sac and everything. They're not aggressive. They're not aggressive at all. When people say, oh, they're going to eat each other, they're going to eat each other because when they open their mouth to eat, they'll suck in anything. They will open their mouth and grab anything that's moving. Like they'll just grab anything that's moving. They're not aggressive though. But at that point, I'm going to start separating. So you're going to have little bins, like, I guess they're like Tupperware, but they're just a little more shallow. Beneficial bacteria in breastfeeding. Sorry, Patty, I had to. All right, I gotta read the chat because Patty, that threw me off too. I'm sorry. One day I will move from California just to have them. Sweet. Well, right next to me in New Jersey, they can't have them. You know what? One of my uncles back in the early 70s had 200-gallon aquarium with axolotl wild types. Ooh, nice. They don't look anything like the axolotl people are keeping today. No, I have wild ones. I have wild axolotls. Absolutely. I was just showing you 2 or 3 of the leucistic because most of the eggs look like they're either leucistic or albino. At this point, you can pretty much see if they're the white or they're brown or blackish. But I have two. I wish I had took a picture of. Oh, the father is a wild type, and they also is like a coppery with speckles. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, they're beautiful. They are beautiful, beneficial bacteria breastfeeding. Well, it just made sense to me, but then I realized guys might not get that. Well, that's the first time I've seen that. Scuba Stevo Aquatics, I am fascinated by these axolotl eggs every time that they throw their eggs. So, normally, if you're on the ball, like I'm not, and you have your male and female in there, and you're trying to, and you see that the male has made some sperm, we'll say, because this is a family friendly channel. I was going to say something else, but I won't say it. It's okay to take him out. The female, I'm only going to tell you what I do because what I do is very different than what the axolotl police tell you have to do and this you have to do. My guys are all together till I see those eggs. Right now, I've moved them all back into their 40-gallon breeder. Normally, the 3 female are in their 40-gallon, and right next to it, the males are in their 40-gallon. But I have those 2 baby leucistics I showed in the beginning in a 40-gallon breeder because I was cleaning up and everything. So I didn't want to take them out. They're having so much fun with. It's almost like a huge jungle gym to them. So I'm leaving them in there. So the adults are all together. They are fine. They don't eat each other. They will, if I'm giving them worms and not careful, go to grab a worm and might grab an arm. More than likely, they'll spit it out. But if not, there goes the arm. But axolotls have this amazing ability. They got superpowers, right? Superpowers. They can regenerate just about any part of their body, even their spine and even their brain. Wow. What is this creature? And some people say that if you give them, meaning like inject iodine, they will continue morphing into the salamander that they're in the family of. I would never do that, never want to do that. But anyway, they are so cute. Once they start moving inside those egg sacs, man, it's just like teeny tiny axolotls. They're real. I used to know a girl like that. Larry D, what's going on? Can you say hit the thumbs up? Thank you. Can I see the wild ones? Flashbacks from my youth. Yes, I think I have let's see if it's in this picture. So right here, I'm going to pause it when I get to the two dads are both wild. One is wild. The other one has wild with these like crazy spots on them. I could watch this all day long. I'm sorry. I could just watch this all day long because I just love the ALOTL. Okay, that's one of the moms. See, right in front of her mouth, that is a wild egg, not a leucistic. And you could tell, you could see the color difference between the black. And here we're coming up on the wild ones. I could see them to the right of her, or to the left of her if you watch carefully. There we go. I'm going to stop this. I don't know how much. Okay. Back it up. Right there for a minute. So the big one on the front, now they're about 14 inches. They're full grown. They're years old, several years old. That's a wild one with the, I call it the green gene. It's a GSP where their eyes glow green. And if they have babies, they can be like almost like black light glow in the dark babies. And then right behind it, it's hard to see. Looks like, see this like a black thing moving with spots on it? That is another wild one. And these spots can be very normal. He just has pigment spots all over him. At first, I thought there was something wrong with him. I thought like maybe it was like some kind of fungus, but it's just him. He just being himself. Who else we got in the chat? Amazon Research Center for Ornamental Fish. Hey Skipper, thanks. Bunny Viper. What are the glow in the dark called? GFP. Thank you, GFP. They're like copiers too. And the melanistic, if you're really black. I don't have any melanistic. Susie said sperm. I did. Yes, iodine will do that to them. Isn't that crazy? That they could actually morph into a full salamander. Had a salamander for years. It was out on land, not in the water. I mean, he had water in his enclosure, but it's a salamander. He is related to the tiger salamander. But I don't know anybody who, besides a scientist or a doctor or someone who would want to do that. I certainly would not want to do that. I have a hard time when they become axolotls even shipping them because I can't put them in bags because to me they're like water puppies. They're just like so adorable. Unfortunately, axolotls are illegal in California, New Jersey, and I have to find out the other states because I think it's my responsibility. If somebody orders them from one of those states, I can't ship it to them. I can't pretend like, oh, I didn't know. It's not my job to know. I have to know that. Yep, yep, that's the type. I'm telling you, the wild ones are just as sweet and gorgeous. Very exciting. I am very exciting. 4 days till your birthday. Oh, let me see. Not me. I'm like 4 days. My birthday is in October. So, like fish, they like a certain pH in the wild, but here in the hobby, they just don't change the pH. My pH comes out at 6.8. It's not ideal for them, but they're fine with it. Every once in a while, they'll get a salt bath if one of them's acting funky, or a cold water bath, colder than normal. But their ideal is anywhere between 6.5 and 8. But when your nitrates, you know how with fish you can let your nitrates get, I don't let my nitrates get above 40 ppm before I do water changes. And actually, because their detritus is so easy to spot using a baster or a smaller, like when they're big, I can use a python. But when they're little like that, I don't even put a python in. I use one of those little tiny siphons that I can squeeze in and stop the flow. And you can target poop, pick up all the poop in the tank and everything. And you want to keep it in the 60s. Some people say they can go up to 68, 70 something. I keep mine in the 60s. That's why they're all in the bottom tanks in my basement, so I don't need an air conditioner. I don't need a fan. I don't need a blower. Winter, spring, summer, fall here in Pennsylvania, that water stays in the 60s. And I keep the pH tap water. I don't chase a pH, so it's always consistent. And I think it's very critical for them to stay consistent. The size tank is so much controversy. I mean, everyone says bigger is better, blah, blah, blah. You're going to see when these guys are babies, I'll probably keep them in the 40-gallon breeder as I start separating them. But when they're baby axolotls, my ideal tank is a 20-gallon long. They got plenty of room to walk back and forth and go all over. But as they become adults, I want them like kind of like my Oscar or my Trimac. I don't want him to bend his body to turn around in the tank. I want them to have enough room. So I swap them up to a 40-gallon breeder. My girlfriend up the street, she uses low boys, 50-gallon low boys for all her axolotls, which is amazing. And she keeps 3 axolotls in each aquarium for 50 gallons. So that's about the right ratio. I have 2 in a 40-gallon breeder, so that's about the same. And as far as the filtration, we talked a little bit, kind of low flow. The higher flow, yes, they'll play in it and they'll have fun in it, but they get thrown around. They get thrown around. I like to pretend like they're having fun. I don't know if they're having fun. So I try to keep a slower flow. The shark that KG Tropicals, keepfishkeeping.com has, that's perfect for inside an axolotl tank. I always keep a sponge filter in all my tanks just in case I break out in another tank. Just in case, got to have that extra sponge filter all the time. And that way it allows me to thoroughly clean the filter, one time, and the next time the sponge filter. So yeah, I think 40-gallon is a good size. I know a lot of people say, well, you can keep them in a 10-gallon. It's a very brief moment. Like, it's a brief moment to have them in a 10-gallon, and then we're going to get a 20-gallon long. Like, it's your choice. You can do that, but I'll keep it to myself. I go from a 20-gallon long to a 40-gallon breeder. That's what I do. That's why my Trimac is in a 240. Oh my gosh, I am looking for a 240. I would love a 240. I would love Triton to have a 240, and I would love to mate Triton my Trimac. I do. So yeah, we talked about, okay, let's say the things that could go in a tank. So if they have everything they need some kind of, I don't know if they need or want, they love to play. They climb, they go under, they go through, they go in holes, but the most time, they're just kind of chillaxing. They're just kind of floating. They're just kind of like floating. But when they are active, they're going under the tunnel, through the tunnel, between the Java fern. So I have a lot of rhizome plants in mine because mine's a bare bottom tank. Um, it's kind of different when they're babies, what kind of substrate you want than when they're grown up. But bare bottom is fine. No, they're not slipping and sliding on the floor on the bottom. A lot of people put a piece of slate on the bottom. It gives them a little extra grip. I also have a food dish in my tank. It's a glass food dish. I think I got it at a reptile store. Snails are okay when they're grown-ups. I don't like putting snails in the tank when they're little because they eat anything that moves and they can get caught. I had to do not CPR, the Heimlich on one of my. I think I did a video on it. He had something stuck in his throat and he wouldn't get out, and he started swimming frantically, turning upside down, um, gasping, but nothing was coming back in. So I actually did a little bit of a Heimlich on him, and whatever it was, I think it was a snail. I can't remember because it was so long ago. I'll have to go back and watch the video. But at that point, I removed all the snails out of the tank, and I removed all the sand out of the tank, just in case. That's just my preference. You do you. You do what you want. Um, but I definitely, there's nothing wrong with a bare bottom or slate bottom. If you see how big their mouth opens, you got to stay away from gravel because that stuff is not going to digest and they're just going to get impacted. So that's what I tell people: stay away from gravel. I keep it simple. I try to keep it simple. Like I said, the plants that I put in there are all the rhizomes, not necessarily for the axolotl. He could care less, but he loves to swim through it, play through it. I like it because I don't need a substrate. I can tie them to rocks. I can glue them to decor. It helps with the filtration. It helps get. And I've got Java fern throughout all the tanks. I don't usually do the Java moss on my axolotls because they just go through it and they get, they could get stuck. I'm gonna take a quick back to the chat. Who did I miss? Did I finish with the plants? What I like? Oh, and floating plants. Got redwood floaters, duckweed. Any kind of floating plants is great because they're kind of sensitive to the light. So that's going to block the light. Also helps with the nitrates, and it looks pretty. And they love to swim through hanging down roots. I'm telling you, these guys are so fun to watch. So fun to watch. I need some pygmy sunfish. You need some that I have. They love the cooler water. Oh, I love cold water fish. I would love pygmy sunfish. I got some from Mark De Niro a couple years back. I wasn't successful. Wasn't successful with them. Hey, Jungle Man. How are you? I have to get on the highway. Church is over. Oh, Monica. Catch you guys later. Okay, don't look. I swear it's clean. Uh-oh. Oh my God, am I falling? Okay, it's illegal to own in California, Maine, New Jersey, Virginia, DC. Also need a permit in New Mexico and Hawaii. There you go. So I am going to take a screenshot of this. Well, I'll probably do research myself as well. But I got to make sure if anybody wants some axolotl eggs that they're not from those states because I'm just not going to ship them to those states. Alishan, are you going to Cuboid's Aquascape workshop next Saturday? It's in my calendar. I'm so stoked about that. Not even just the raffling off $1,000 tank. I'll make room for that bad boy. But I love Cuboids. I love their fish. It's a small store. Not tons of supplies. Not your generic. It's more foo-foo. But the fish are fish I don't see in other stores, and they're always like vibrant and good and healthy. I love that store. Loved Cuboids. Love them, love them, love them. Just calling me 49 peeps watching, only 20 likes. Maybe they don't like axolotl. How can you not like a lotl? You gotta like a lotl. I think I'm getting caught up here. See you, Monica. Don't drive. What do you feed the adult? I'm getting to the food. Yes. I can't imagine much I love you. Mystery Snail Gardens. What's up? And the animal origin, it's Mexico. Bummer you can't stay where you were made. Yeah, my three fish are called Laguna, Sochi, and Milko, because Laguna de Sochi Milko is the one of the lakes that they're from that's kind of like polluted, dried up. But I think in southern part of America or in Mexico, there's a nunnery that has been breeding axolotls and making like side things out of them, like lotions, not like mixing up the axolotls, but pretty sure they're staying alive and well in the hobby. And I don't understand that either. Anything that's extinct, why, or almost extinct, why would you not let that live in every country, every state? Oh, I don't understand. I got a floater, guys. What did you guys do? My threadfin rainbow. It's not a rainbow anymore, it's a blue eye. Okay. Sorry, guys. I had a floater. Are you selling them, Q? The eggs? Yes. I am selling the eggs, depending on what state you're in. Well, not selling them. You just got to pay for shipping. I'm giving people the eggs. If they're interested in axolotls, and that's why I'm going over the care sheet, I'm not selling them. I'm giving them to people who want to try to breed some eggs. I don't think I can ship axolotls because I'm a big wuss. I'm just a big wuss. But I'll ship the eggs. And I think we got a week and a half here if anybody's interested in the eggs. And how I ship them is I put them in cold water in like a, I don't have one here, a water bottle, like a small water bottle with the cold water in it. Close it up tight. And then I wrap it up in like bubble wrap, keep it nice and insulated with 2 ice packs in it, package it up, and ship it out. It's exciting. It's exciting. And then when you get it, your best bet, if you're new to axolotls, is I would, as soon as they come out, they have 7 days to eat that yolk and they're getting tons of nutrients. You can start making your baby brine shrimp. Blackworms, my babies from like a week right out of the yolk were eating the blackworms. Infusoria. Um, what else is some of their favorites when they're teeny, teeny, tiny? I should have wrote them all down. I think that's a good start. But as they start growing, there's a soft protein pellet that sinks to the bottom. That's what my food dish is for. Love them. Bloodworms, the krill, and when they're smaller, I do like I don't do mealworms because there's a skeleton. Like I forget what it's called, but anyway, I'll just call it a skeleton. And the mealworms and crickets that doesn't digest as well, so it's nice as a treat. I don't put little fish in there. You can put cold water fish in there. They probably won't catch them. Like I've had mountain minnows in with them, and they all survived just fine. They never had babies though, which tells me maybe the babies didn't survive, but the mountain minnow, the parents did. Red wigglers are good when they start getting older, but sometimes there's a mid stage there that you gotta cut the red wiggler in half. But anyway, what I was saying is when you get the eggs, you want to separate them. You know who has got a very good video on it? Greg Jones. Go to Greg Jones's channel. When he got eggs, he showed how to separate them, how to keep them cool, how to little gravel vac, like suction out with a baster any poop that they have. So go to Greg Jones' channel, and he's got a couple videos on there when he got the axolotl eggs. He could say it better than I could, but because that's when I started getting interested in axolotls. He was raising axolotls. That's why I'm suggesting Greg Jones. I want them, I want them, I want them, please. Yes, you are first on my list. Yes. I sent you an email before I told anybody else about them, just in case somebody wanted all of them. Woo, you guys are good. My email, SusieQAquatics@gmail.com or Mugged by Q. That's the one I check every day because I'm selling mugs. Mugged by Q. You could try the DMPM thing, but I gotta tell you, I still getting a little lost in social media. I'm trying really hard to grasp the difference between a PM, a DM. I understand text and email very well. I know that makes me sound old, doesn't it? Oh, I don't care. I am old. I don't care. Oh, the system flooded out many towns across USA, made them into man-made lakes. 1,000s of towns, many time lost. Okay, guys, I gotta go. Bye, M&C. I hope I'm not too late. My baby axolotls eat pork ribs. Now you're funny. Aquafunk in the house. The Garden of Eater. Taking notes, doing more research, watching this again. Yeah, watch this and watch Greg Jones. And because he starts his videos from the time he receives eggs in the mail. And I'll ship them all out Tuesday probably. That way you'll get them this week. Just remind me, like send me like what your address is and all that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna try to get, unless you tell me you want the wild, I'm gonna try to get the ones that are white. So it could be albino, could be leucistic. They could be leucistic with GFP. Oh my god, my brain. I just emailed you back. Thank you. So we went over the food, what they like to eat, but as they're babies, you have 7 days from the time they hatch that you really need to feed them. But what you mind, if you get like, say you've got 5 viable eggs and 5 eggs hatched, make 5 little containers, like they're just a Tupperware, like a sandwich container. But what I do, you don't gotta do anything. What I do is I float them in my 40-gallon breeder because it's so easy to keep my 40-gallon breeder at 60 degrees. But when you take that, like they're floating, and when you take it out of the 40-gallon, it's very hard to keep a small container of water cold. In my house, it's very difficult. I think these 2 silver dollars are mating. Oh, they're doing like a little wiggle like this. Oh my. I'll pick it up. The polypterus just interrupted them. How rude. But anyway, yes. And there's a lot of Facebook groups out there for axolotls, but I got to warn you, their axolotl police will ignore your question and start attacking generic things. It's just crazy. Like I say, well, I've got these eggs. Well, they can't be siblings, or you gotta get rid of them. You gotta destroy them. I was like, whoa, like I'm talking about something else, and so that's why I had to start off my live stream. They're not siblings. They're years old. They're plenty mature. It's crazy. They're like the beta police on Facebook. It's like, so you go to those Facebook groups. There's a lot of good information. Some of the things you might want on hand, the Indian almond leaves, because I think that for fish too, they're just a good natural remedy for a lot. Only one time did I have to give one of my axolotls whose gills were a little funky, like a little salt bath, put it back, and he was fine. Another one, I put him, it's going to sound a little weird, don't try this without researching. I had to put him in the refrigerator until I got some help. And then he's fine, he survived. But get a little tiny siphon. Do I have one here? I'm talking like a little bit thicker than an airline. Something that when you're siphoning out water, you can pinch it closed, so you don't take all the water out, but you can get out all the poop. And yeah, but if you get several eggs, honestly, I keep all 5 eggs in a 20-gallon long. That's just me. I've never had a problem with that. I've never had them come out of the egg and start eating each other. Now, if I go away on vacation and I'm not feeding them a couple, like just like any fry that you would have, these neonates need to eat a couple times a day, small amounts, a couple times a day. So yes, if I had to go away and didn't feed them, there will probably be one very large one when I get home. So yes. Can you ship to Canada? I cannot. I don't even think I can ship mail to Canada. Can I ship to Canada? Oh, I wish the camera was facing this tank because these Bashirs, he is digging up, making a big mess. Can you see it? Oh, he just came out from under the rock. Look at that ornata. He just came from, I see all that dirt? Look at him spit it out. Like, he just came, it must be a pocket. There must be a pocket of food underneath that rock because he went down and came out and all this food came out around him. Look at how beautiful that Polypterus ornata is. You'd never know that I've got like 10 silver dollars in there. Do you see the Jack Dempsey? The electric blue Jack Dempsey's kind of blending in with the black background. And this little baby Oscar. Okay, I get so sidetracked, which is why I love love working in this room because I can sit here and I just get sidetracked. I can look around and just, I'm so happy. Yeah. Okay. Just don't put them together. They'll eat each other. There is a, all different stages of the life or something else. I've got axolotls that live together for years. They do not eat each other. They will eat anything that moves. They'll chomp off a hand if it moves in front of them. Not my hand. I they chomp on my. And they're like things are back in their throat. They don't hurt at all. But I've never had that issue ever, ever. Now when they're younger, absolutely, you want to keep them separate, just like butterfly. Like once you see they got some males, you want to keep them separate. But you've got several weeks to do that. I have them in 20-gallon longs. I got 3 axolotls. Never had a problem. Never had a problem until mating time. You could have a problem, but I keep them well fed. So and I keep an eye on them. So the people that are saying they want them, I'm not worried about it because they're going to see them. They're aware fish keepers. They're not like if that makes sense. Every Facebook group has bossy bullies. Some are good and ban the bullies, but it's weird situation. It's very weird. Do you and do what works for you exactly. And that's why I was going over these requirements. As long as all the requirements for the axolotl works, like the decor. Like I said, they like to go up, over, in, and out. They like to play. They like to climb. They do all that underwater. Don't take them out. They got a slime coat that needs to be protected. I mean, sometimes you have to do an inspection. Make sure your hands are washed so you can't taste anything, no soap, anything. Just like if you were touching a frog. But you're taking away their slime coat when you touch them, so it's better not to touch them if you can get away with it. But aside from that, they do that, and everything that's in my aquarium is smooth edged. That's why I have live plants. The plastic plants were too rough for me. I did have some silk plants in there for a while, but the Java fern works so well and it multiplies and grows so quickly with these axolotls, and they walk through them like it's a jungle. They loved going in small spaces. So this is about as round as a big one would be. You don't want anything smaller than that. Because even though in the beginning you're like, oh, he's so cute, he could fit right through it. He'll get used to fitting through that. And as he grows, he could get stuck. So make sure, what is that, about 2-inch round? Like, is that like a 2-inch sticker? Oh no, not a 2-inch sticker, man. They could get fatter than that, but you get the idea, right? They're very deceiving when they're little. So don't buy aquarium decor to suit their size when they're little. Get it knowing that they're going to be big and fat. Big and fat and lazy and lovey. I just love axolotls. In Canada, it's illegal to own axolotls. In New Brunswick, British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, while a permit is required in Nova Scotia. Manitoba, axolotls are illegal in Winnipeg. Wow. Yeah, getting them through customs, I would imagine, would be a big pain. Much ado and much help. I'm now MF Seahorse on your channel. What is that? I'm now a seahorse. What? Oh, it's Steven. Okay, I'm like, what is a seahorse? Hippie John the Fisherman. What's up, everyone? So I went over what they eat, what they don't, the floating plants, Bulbitis anubis, Java fern. Are there any other questions on the axolotls? I'm telling you, they're very easy species to keep. When you understand the nitrogen cycle, that's the biggest problem, is people try to keep their tanks so clean that there's ammonia spikes all the time. And as long as you keep the pH steady, they'll be fine with whatever pH is coming out of your tap. There's the thing. I acclimate them like I acclimate shrimp. So if I got them and they've only been in a bag or a bottle 24 hours, okay, yeah, like 24 hours or less, I can just regular acclimate them, float them, put little bits of water in at a time, like put them in your Tupperware, put little bits until they're used to your water, and then take them and then put them in your tank. If they were shipped and they were in transit a long time, I would do it like fish and acclimate them to the temperature. But as soon as you break that seal and open that, you're probably going to get an ammonia spike and the gills will burn. Now, let me warn you, if their gills burn or they start to wane away, you know there's a big problem. That's when I gave a little bit of a salt bath, fresh water. Everything grew back beautifully. Everything grew back beautifully. So that was, oh my gosh, that was 45 minutes. I'm sorry, guys. I thought it was just going to be 15 minutes about talking about axolotls, but ooh, I got axolotl babies and I'm very happy. Yeah, because I can only share my experience. You and do research. Do your research and then do what works for you. I would never judge anybody for having sand on the bottom just because this one had impaction but I can tell you from experience, and I want to say it was a snail that was caught where he couldn't push it out or pull it in and he almost died. So I make sure there's no gravel, even as a grown-ups, because these guys, they don't see very well and they just eat anything that's moving. And if there's a worm that he dropped and he's going to get it and it's next to gravel, he's going to suck them both in. He doesn't care. As long as he gets that worm, he doesn't care. And I swear they eat like they've never eaten before. They just, oh, I love it. I love watching them. So yeah, you got to be careful of that. Some people like the slate bottom because they imagine that they're slipping on the glass. I have styrofoam underneath all my tanks like this. Oh, I covered up with black tape. I got styrofoam underneath this. Every tank has a 1/2 inch styrofoam. So on the glass bottom, they can't see what's underneath. There's nothing to see underneath because it's a white bottomed tank. That's just what I do to make sure everything's level. I don't have a tank that shows. Oh, look at the little baby Oscar. You see the Oscar? Oh. So how fun was that? Oh my gosh, I love the axolotls, man. I'm very excited. Yes, and as long as you guys pay for shipping, I can't afford to shell out anything at this point. That's why I'm trying to get this business off the ground to make some money so I can pay my bills. That would be great again, like to be able to be regular again and not like I got to tell you, my people, my network of people are so grateful. They're so helpful to me. I'm grateful. With fish food and supplies and anything I need. Like I've just got some great resources and ever so grateful for that. But anyway, if you pay for shipping, I'll be able to get them out to you. And I got to check the weather, but axolotls like it cold. So I think this warm day we had today here is very temporary. And I'll see where you're at and make sure. Yeah, you just got to tell me how many you want to give it a shot with. If I give you 5 eggs, got to know that 5 eggs could all come to fruition. But maybe that's a project you want to do. Maybe you want like 20 eggs, and then because you have an area in your community, you can give away the axolotls or sell them. No judging. Anything you want to do with them. Trust me, I get it. Which brings me to a quick topic. How many people do we have in the chat? Because I do want to ask a question just to get your feedback. You did ask what I was doing after the last stream was over. What? I only have cash, no cards. What's going on? This is crazy. I think I have, somebody's got some cash and cards going on. I had 4 when I lived in Texas. Yeah. Did you keep them all in the same tank or did you have 4 separate tanks? Like people on Facebook would say you'd have to have 4 separate tanks. Some people would want to have 4 separate. I personally have no problem surrounding myself with water. But keeping them cold, I find the 40-gallon breeder, I could keep it 60 degrees. But in the midst of the summer, in the absolute midst of the summer, I usually have 3 water bottles in the freezer. One of those frozen bottles I just float in the tank. And then when that's thawed out, I take another one out, swap it out, and put that one back in. I don't have fancy blowers or anything like that, or chillers. But I'm in Pennsylvania. It doesn't get that hot, doesn't get that cold. It's kind of like all 4 even seasons. Even Stevens we got. Even Stevens here. You say Danikin's here? Danikin, what's up, fish people? We're talking axolotls tonight. But there are some people in the chat. There's, 39 watching? I don't know if my thing is accurate. I do want to ask you something. I was thinking about starting membership. A little torn about this. I'm very torn about it. But I'm really thinking about starting to set up a structure, and you guys are my people. I would love your feedback. I just would love to know your feedback on what you think. Susie, I was explaining that I can't be a member to anyone because I only have cash. I gotcha. Which is fine. That I get it. I'm not in a position to be a member anywhere, and I'm usually listening on my phone, and I have an Apple phone. So when I'm on a live stream, I don't even have access to a join button. There's no join. Unless I'm sitting here at my computer, there is no join. You don't even see join with the Apple. Isn't that crazy? I finally did it. I was saying you did it. You did, Bob. I'm going to look out at your levels to see what you do. I'm going to see what you do because I'm seriously entertaining it, and I don't know why I'm so conflicted. Like, I can't put a finger on why I'm conflicted. It's not like I'm taking anything away. But, and I know there's people like, what, is it about the money? And I'm going to be honest. Yes, at this point, it's about the money. It's about getting any kind of revenue I can, doing with what I love to be able to make ends meet because it just makes sense to me. Do I keep fish for the money? Well, anyone who knows me knows that's not. Would I be giving away axolotls if I was in it for the money? No, that's not what it's about. But running a YouTube channel, starting up a business. So I've got 3 businesses now. I've got the mugs, and there's a Fish Fam discount, 17% off if you use the Fish Fam link. You can get your logo on a mug. Anyway, side plug. I have my miniatures. I sell dollhouse furniture on my Etsy account. So I got my whole miniature account, and I got my YouTube channel. So I'm really going to step up my game and do an extra live stream for members. I'm do some behind the scene footage, which is always fun. It's something I would never put out there because I'm usually in like my pajamas with my hair pulled up, and it just, well, not that I look that much different tonight. Yeah, I'm not much of a makeup kind of gal. But anyway, I was thinking about it, but I didn't want to be foolish and like I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. No, I guess that's not hurting feelings. I guess I don't want people to think I'm uppity. No. I can't put my finger on why I'm conflicted. Which is why John is saying, well then do it. If you're really not, I've said, but I feel conflicted. I just don't know why I feel conflicted. And maybe I'll talk to some people after the stream. Maybe somebody can hit me up with some ideas. But yeah, I started to make some badges, different color of my logo. Like I got yellow, Q Aquatics. I got blue for badges, emojis. I'm going to start a live stream, a monthly live stream for members. That's pretty exciting. And I'm going to have 2 levels. That's the entry level. And then the other level would have a bigger discount to my mugs. If you wanted your own mugs, like a 25% discount, which would pay for itself with 1 month, but 25%, like if you wanted your own mugs. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because I don't want to surprise anybody, but I want to give it a shot. Freaky Fish Lady. What? $19.99 for shipping and whatever. Oh, you are a doll. You're a doll. Thank you. I'll get your email and get those out to you. I am excited. I'm excited that people want axolotls. Now, in my mind, if it was me, I'd be like, I'll take 20 because I would want to start a community of axolotls and start spreading it to my friends and family. Like my best girlfriend, she's got 2 axolotls. She's got a friend that I get axolotl. John, guy who works with, axolotl. Like, I love sharing this hobby, whether it's fish, amphibians, reptiles. I just get so much joy out of my hobby that I feel like I can't keep all this joy to myself. I gotta share it. Like, and some people might look at it like work, but it's joy. I got the joy. No, I won't sing. No membership exclusive videos are just a way of you showing your appreciation. I shouldn't feel bad. Come on, Susie, you're not stuck up. You work on passions, and we are here to get what you need. Oh, you guys are so sweet. I don't know how all YouTubers keep making videos and etc. Even if it's for money, etc. It's easy just to be a supporter and a watcher. Who needs a television these days? Exactly. I'm telling you, since I started the fish keeping hobby, TV off. I don't even watch TV. I watch YouTube, and if it's not fish and reptiles and my plants, because I'm a plant freak, roller skating videos, like all my hobbies. And today it was probably 65 degrees, so I was ready to take the bike out, but it started raining. So, like, hobbies give me this amazing balance in my life. Like, it's not even a balance. I don't know what it is, but I like it. IKR Abzillion. I'm frustrated about not being able to do it. Yeah, anybody who can't do it for whatever reason, don't even be frustrated. Wonder if Patreon would be a way to get around that. That'd be John. Patrick, I love putting videos out. Isn't it fun? You are my fave. I'm in for membership. Ooh, you rock. You rock. So yeah, I think I'm going to finish reading. Like, there's so much to do with it, like learn with it. I'm like, wait, what? I gotta what? What is it? Ooh. And what do you guys think about? Did I freeze? Did I freeze? What do you guys think about this setup? Like this, or do you miss this setup? Let's see here. I mean, it doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't matter. I kind of like the one that's farther away for those days, like you still see my bags, but you're not like up close and personal. All right, I'm getting ready for Bob's stream because I'm on the panel, and I heard we have an amazing red-bearded star tonight. So let's go check out Kaler's Aquatics and Exotics, which he got another snake, and I'm very jealous. But don't forget, I think Tuesday morning I do a live stream that's about 15 minutes. It's not for members. It's for anybody who cares, who's home at 9 a.m. Eastern, 10 o'clock, whatever time I roll out of bed. But I have it for the full length of a cup of coffee. And I talk about, so you guys are aware, I do talk about fish because there's fish everywhere. Oh, I forgot to tell you about my new fish. Anyway. But it's to show the new line of mugs, like what's new and exciting. Last week was this What's in Your Leca mug. So you can grow leca in your coffee mug, your plants in leca in a mug. But it's to show the new line, just to show off, to try to get, I haven't really rolled out my shop to the real public, like to the masses, if there are masses that want coffee mugs. But I'm trying. I just don't know what I'm doing. So that's okay. Changes back and forth is whatever is comfortable at the moment. Exactly. You have a beautiful aquarium. Thank you. Oh, and you said it. Oh, that's beautiful. And thank you again for the super chat. And thank you. Bob's not in the chat now. He's getting ready for his live, which we're all headed over for. Hopefully headed over there. And if you want to give him a hashtag, give him a hashtag axolotls. Let's spread the axolotl love. Because I love ALOTL. Where's this? This was my Valentine's. I love you, ALOTL. And I also have a leucistic one that's not so like hot pink. Not everybody is hot pink like me. I do like hot pink. But thank you everybody for coming out, and really, guys, you are so encouraging. I appreciate that. And I'm going to check my emails to see who wants eggs. Make sure they're in a state that can have eggs and how many you want. And I can't wait to see what you do with them. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.
Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I got a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody, it's Susie Q, and I'm here to show you just what I do. I have a passion for fish and exotics too, so come along with me, it's Susie Q. Hey everybody is Susie Q. Hey, everybody is Susie Q. Na na, hey, everybody is Susie Q. So come along with me. Said I'm Susie Q.